There was no movement in the jungle. The night had rested its head heavily on the emerald expanse, muffling all sounds except the chirping of crickets and the distant hoot of an owl. The moon hid shyly behind dark clouds, leaving only faint traces of silver on the broad leaves overhead. In this hushed world, a tiger ambled through the undergrowth. Its steps were soft, almost silent, betraying the powerful muscles coiled beneath its striped coat. Every sense alert, it scanned the darkness, its eyes gleaming like twin emeralds in the gloom. It had sensed the presence of prey, a wild boar rooting peacefully somewhere in the thicket, oblivious to the danger stalking so close. The tiger crouched low, tensed, ready to spring. It was a moment suspended between darkness and dawn, anticipation and action, when the hunt would either succeed or fail. The tiger exhaled slowly, trying to release the tension coiling within. It had stalked this far, patiently, silently. Now it had to trust its instincts, its senses, and its years of accumulated hunting skill. Muscles bunching, it pounced, a blur of orange and black against the dark green. As the wild boar slept soundly, the tiger landed squarely on its back, its paws like iron clamps on the animal's spine. The boar squealed in alarm, thrashing wildly, but the tiger held on tight, its claws digging deep into the warm flesh. It bit down hard on the animal's snout, stifling its screams, its teeth sinking into the quivering flesh. As the first rays of sunlight began to pierce the dense canopy, the tiger tightened its grip. The boar struggled feebly, its squeals turning into gasps, its strength ebbing with each passing moment. The kill was nearly complete. All the tiger had to do was wait for its prey to weaken completely. Then the feast could begin. As the minutes ticked by, the boar's struggles gradually faded. The only sounds now were the rustling of leaves, the distant chatter of a monkey, and the soft whimpers of the captured animal. The tiger, sensing victory, relaxed slightly, its gaze fixed on the struggling form beneath it. It had hunted many animals in its life, but each kill was unique, a testament to the raw, untamed power that surged through the veins of every predator. Then a sudden noise broke the stillness. It was a grunt, deep and resonant, echoing through the silent jungle. The tiger lifted its head, ears pricked, momentarily distracted. It recognized that sound, the sound of a wild boar. But where could another boar be hiding in this part of the jungle? Another grunt echoed, closer this time. The tiger's instincts screamed at it to flee, to run deep into the jungle and hide before whatever was out there found it. But something held it back. Perhaps it was the thrill of the chase, or the instinct to protect its kill. Whatever the reason, the tiger stayed put. And then the undergrowth exploded with movement. A wild boar burst out, charging directly toward the tiger. Its tusks gleamed like polished ivory, its eyes blazing with anger. Behind it, more boars appeared, forming a solid wall of muscle and tusks. The tiger stared back, surprised, its mind struggling to comprehend the situation. Amongst the boars, one stood out, larger than the rest, its tusks longer, its shoulders broader. This was no ordinary boar. It was the leader of the herd, the father of the young ones. And his eyes burned with righteous fury when he saw the tiger perched on his kin. The lead boar charged, tusks lowered, and slammed into the tiger. The impact sent a jolt through the big cat, knocking the wind out of its lungs. Instinctively, the tiger rolled away, scrambling to get some space. It snarled, hackles raised, claws extended. This was not part of the hunt. The tiger had expected a lone boar, perhaps a female or a young one, easy prey. But here it was, outnumbered, surrounded by a horde of angry boars. With a Herculean effort, the tiger pushed itself up on its paws and got to its feet. The boars pressed forward, a sea of bristling fur and gnashing teeth. The tiger paced backward, trying to keep its distance, searching for an escape, any escape. But the boars closed in, their grunts echoing in its ears, drowning out the sounds of the jungle. One boar lunged, its tusks aimed for the tiger's midsection. The tiger twisted aside, barely managing to avoid the deadly weapons. The tusks scraped against its flank, leaving deep gouges in the skin. The tiger yowled in pain and anger, swiping with its paw. Its claws raked across the boar's snout, drawing blood. But the boars kept coming, relentless, united. The tiger was skilled, powerful, but it was also alone. Each swipe of its paw, each bite of its teeth was met with another charge, another attack. The boars fought as one, their movements synchronized, their anger focused on the lone predator that dared to trespass on their territory and harm their own. The tiger was a magnificent beast, lithe and powerful, but it was tiring. Its muscles ached from the constant struggle, its breaths growing heavier, its movements slower. The boars, on the other hand, seemed tireless. They fought not just for themselves, but for their family, their friends, their territory. Their rage fueled their strength, their unity fueled their courage. And then something unexpected happened. One of the younger boars, emboldened by the sight of the struggling tiger, charged forward, head lowered, and rammed into the predator's side. The impact sent the tiger crashing to the ground, the wind knocked out of its lungs. The boar let out a triumphant squeal, and the others followed suit, pressing in on the fallen tiger. their grunts echoing in victory. For the first time in its life, the mighty tiger found itself on the receiving end of a beating. Its fur was matted with blood and dirt, its body bruised and aching. But amidst the pain, a spark of understanding ignited within it. The jungle's balance, its laws, its very essence, was being shown to it in a way it had never understood before. In its single-minded pursuit of prey, it had failed to see the strength in unity, the power in collective action. It had faced packs of wolves before, yes, but never had it been so badly outmatched, so thoroughly outclassed. The tiger lay there, battered and broken, realizing that sometimes the lone hunter becomes the hunted, and the prey, when united, becomes the predator. As the sun climbed higher in the sky, bathing the jungle in golden light, the boars gathered around the subdued tiger. The lead boar, tusks gleaming, stood over the fallen predator, a symbol of the pack's dominance. There was no malice in its eyes, only a primal pride, a reflection of the strength that lay in their unity. The tiger, defeated but unbroken, slowly got to its feet. Its head was bowed, not in submission, but in acknowledgement of the power it faced. It limped away, leaving the triumphant boars behind. The jungle, once again filled with the sounds of life, birdsong and buzzing insects, seemed to celebrate the boar's victory. And yet, as the tiger disappeared into the foliage, a sense of foreboding hung in the air. The balance of the jungle had shifted. The tiger, a solitary hunter, had learned a valuable lesson. Strength, it seemed, was not always in numbers. Sometimes, it was in unity, courage, and the will to stand together against any threat. The boars, their battle won, their territory secured, returned to their daily routine. The older ones groomed the young, sharing tales of their victory over the mighty tiger. The cubs listened with wide eyes, their tiny ears twitching, already understanding the importance of their father's bravery. In the tapestry of the jungle, where every creature played its part, the boars had woven a new thread, a thread of unity, strength, and courage. Their story echoed through the trees, carried on the winds, a reminder to all who lived within the emerald embrace that sometimes the smallest, when united, can conquer the mightiest. So remember the tale of the tiger and the boars, when the mighty hunter became the hunted, and the pack turned the tide. Let it be a lesson, a guiding light in the darkest of times, a testament to the power of unity that even a tiger cannot ignore.